Well, one of the things that we see a lot of, especially toward the end of summer, zucchini, and everybody's trying to give me zucchini. You got zucchini coming out of your ears. So today we've got a few different recipes on what you can do with zucchini other than zucchini bread, which I do happen to love, by the way. So I'm doing a great big zucchini casserole that actually is even, it can be a side dish, so if you're grilling chicken or burgers or maybe pork chops or steaks, this would work wonderfully with that. Or you could pick up a rotisserie chicken right at festival and then serve it with this zucchini casserole. I always say, make one thing, call it a day. But this can actually be the main meal too. So if you want to go, keep it light, keep it vegetarian, and do a nice salad, this would work for that too. So this is a cheesy Italian zucchini casserole, and I think you're really going to like it, and it's easy. That's the best part. So we're going to heat up some oil in a skillet, and I'm going to get going one finely diced onion, yellow onion. I just want to start sauteing that a little bit. Ireland and I have gotten into the habit, we go to the Wednesday night, well, we actually go Wednesday afternoon to the farmer's market on Broadway, and it's just so much fun. We go together and we get flowers and we just hang out a little bit. It's just, what can I say? Good times. So we've got some zucchini and starting to see this wonderful yellow zucchini. Isn't it beautiful? So I thought we'd use some yellow and some green zucchini. I like to, when I'm using zucchini, I like to go for the littler guys when it comes to actually cooking the zucchini. The other stuff is better for baking, but I really like to use the smaller zucchini. And it's really important to wash it well and dry it, because zucchini can get sandy and gritty, and you don't want any of that turning up in your recipe. So wash and dry that zucchini very, very well. Don't skip that step. It's nothing worse than eating zucchini and you crunch down on some sand. I sometimes find that the bigger zucchini is a little bit bitter, so that's why I always look for the littler guys when I'm using it in recipes like this. So at this point, I'm just going to slice it up. Isn't this yellow zucchini pretty? I just love it. And then I kind of do like half moon shapes. We have a wonderful little farmer's market up near our cottage where it's actually out on the farm, so it's every day of the year. And Ireland and I love to go there and kind of make a day of it. And they sell all sorts of jams and jellies and things like that. Let's turn that down a little bit. Okay, so we'll just kind of slice up that zucchini. If you have any good zucchini recipes or farmer's market recipes, please let me know. Email me. I'm always looking for your great recipes. We love hearing from you. Or if you know of a real extra special farmer's market that we need to visit, that would be fun too. All right, so my onion's starting to get a little soft. So at this point, I'm going to take my zucchini and get it in here. This is going to bake, so I don't want to overcook the zucchini. In fact, my husband Bob, when I met him, when we were dating, said, don't ever make me zucchini because I don't like it. That was like right off the bat. And I happen to love zucchini. Well, it turns out that the kind of zucchini that he was used to and the kind that he was growing up with was boiled forever and ever, so it was really mushy. Now, to be honest, it's one of his favorite vegetables. And the reason for that is we don't overcook it. And boy, what a difference that makes. So I do want to saute this in a little olive oil and season it, but I don't want to overcook it. So that is the key. So season it with some salt and pepper, because it's going to bake again in the oven. So just going to give it some nice flavor, but I don't want to overcook it. Well, I've got some fresh garlic here. And the zucchini he didn't want to get in the pan. Oh, it's starting to smell good. I think zucchini is one of those vegetables that can get a bad rap, but I happen to love it. Just even sauteed like this with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. That's the way my mom always made it. But I love putting it in casseroles like this, in soups. I do a tortellini soup that's in my cookbook with sausage and zucchini, and it's just wonderful. I really love it. Okay, in goes some fresh garlic, and you know the rule when it comes to using fresh garlic. 30 seconds and keep it moving, moving, moving. You don't want to burn that garlic. We want to give it some great flavor, but we don't want to burn it. So get it moving around. Now I've got one big can of tomatoes. We're doing the diced tomatoes with the juice. Throw it all in there. I know a lot of you people can, which is great. So if you can fresh tomatoes, even better. A little bit of dry white wine, or you could do chicken stock. Just going to give it some flavor. I'm going to get this off the heat at this point. I don't want to continue to cook that zucchini. I want that to be, because again, it's going to cook in the oven. And I'm going to season this with some Italian seasoning and some basil, just to give it some more flavor. Now this would be pretty as is, but we're going to make it even better and put it in a casserole. So I've got a nice big casserole dish, and I want to spray that with cooking spray. How are you today, Miss Ann?
Salivating.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I'm going to take all of this wonderful fresh zucchini with the tomatoes, garlic, a little bit of wine to give it some great flavor. This is a very healthy casserole, except for the crunchies and wonderfulness that's going to go on top. But you know me, I like my cheese and I like my crunchies. I don't think I've met too many casseroles that didn't like some cheese and crunchies on top. So spreading our zucchini around. And now I'm going to take some shredded mozzarella cheese, and this is going to go down over the top of my casserole. So we got our cheese. I say we need some crunchies, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Cheese has protein in it.
Anne said cheese has protein. Very true. So this is a fun topping for this casserole. We're going to use some chicken flavored dry stuffing mix, which is really going to give it a nice crunchy top and some nice flavor. You don't want to prepare this according to package directions. You want to use this dry. So this goes right on top. Just the entire bag. It's going to be lots of nice crunchies. It's my favorite part of the casserole, the top. Now you could, if you wanted to, do a little bit of oil or melted butter on the top. Just kind of moisten it up a little bit. And now we're going to do some grated Parmesan cheese on top of that. So this casserole just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it? Now, if you were going to make this ahead of time, the one thing I wouldn't do, I would not put the cheese and the crunchies on here until right before baking, because you don't want that crunchy stuff to get soggy. You definitely don't want that. And then you could do, if you have a little more Italian seasoning, you could throw that on top too. So this goes into a preheated 350-degree oven. It's going to take about 40 minutes or so. You want the cheese to get all melty. You want the top of that casserole to get nice and brown. Let's take a peek at it and see how we're doing. Are you like me? I got to have 2 matching pot holders, otherwise it's not going to be a good day. They got to match. Ooh, got some ribs in here too. Another day. Oh, how good does this look? So the top gets all nice and crunchy, and then that cheese gets melty, and the zucchini all nice and tender. This is fantastic. As I said, on its own as the main course with a nice salad or some fruit and a lovely dessert, or it makes a great side dish to grilled chicken, or if you're really in a pinch, swing by, pick up a rotisserie chicken, serve it with this in a salad, and you've got one heck of a nice fresh summer dinner. Recipe for this Italian zucchini casserole you can find on our website. You can also pick it up at any area festival foods.